Sam Parish here with the National Storm Channel 1 evacuation in western Oklahoma with the 8 o'clock update. Wanted to show you real quickly the strongest storm that I'm looking at. This is moving out of Dewey County, now moving up into western Major County to the south and western Fairview. And this storm is probably producing some hail looking at the correlation coefficient. There's a little bit of indication there. And also on the differential reflectivity, we're picking up some negative values here. And also we're looking at KDP, looks like some wet hailstones there. So we're watching that. We're also watching for the possibility of rotation because this storm is rotating, and this is getting more concerning, especially to the south and east of Sealing, and that's going to move up towards Fairview. So you folks there in western Major County, don't wait for the tornado warning. If threatening weather approaches, go ahead and move to your place of safety immediately, as right now it's looking like that this storm is definitely rotating. In fact, I'm going to show you where we're looking at. This is where wind is blowing towards the radar here in the blues, and then away from the radar here in the reds, and pretty impressive right in here. So this is just about maybe, I'd say about 8 or 10 miles east southeast of Sealing there in Dewey County, but that's moving up towards Major County. Here's the Major and Dewey County line. This is the south and west of Fairview. So if we do a storm track on this, and we'll see what other communities might be in the path of this particular rotation as this continues to move up towards the north and east. We're going to move this down here. There we go. Yeah, we'll apply it. Well, right now it doesn't appear that it's going to be in the path, any town or in the path of this particular rotation right now. But regardless, if you live there in western Major County, south and west, excuse me, I didn't mean to apply. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that storm track. There we go. So if you live there in western Major County, you need to definitely be looking out for this particular storm. Severe thunderstorm warning does continue on that particular cell. And then a left moving storm moving up through eastern Woods County and also up towards Cherokee, not Cherokee County, but Cherokee, Oklahoma, out there in northwestern Oklahoma. So we're watching that cluster. Then we're watching another cluster, which is now moving into western Oklahoma in Beckham County and southwestern Roger Mills County. So we're watching that particular on that. We have some storm chase in the area around Sayre right now. And if we Frederick radar, let's see, we'll pull that up. And there we go. So we look at Frederick, and you can see that there is a hail core on this between Eric and Sayre on Interstate 40. In fact, let's pull up the video here of Brett Adair, who is in Beckham County watching and following that storm. You can see that the roads are wet there, and it looks like he's probably heading east on Interstate 40. So let's listen in on what he has to say here in just a second.
She's got some chonkers now, buddy.
You can see the frequent lightning there associated with that particular storm. So we have storm chaser on that cell in Beckham County, and then of course we've been covering this storm. There's been several chasers on this particular storm in Wellington or just west of Wellington. Severe thunderstorm warning was issued for that particular storm. So we're in the situation as it continues to develop. This again, no tornado warnings are in effect, but a tornado effect until midnight. So that's another 4 hours. You can see this monster of a storm. This is from the Amarillo radar, but this storm up near Fairview is the one I'm most concerned about. So if you live there in western Major County, just be aware and be ready to take shelter at a moment's notice if threatening weather does approach you. Looking at the velocities one last time, yeah, this is really getting concerning, folks. I'm surprised that a warning has not been issued on this. It's now moving across the Dewey Major County line, south and west of Fairview. In fact, if we do a measurement on this, from Fairview, this circulation is about 15 miles southwest of Fairview, moving to the northeast. And in my opinion, based on the velocities here, you probably need to go ahead and move to your place of safety there in western Major County along Highway 60, especially US Highway 60, south and west of Fairview. Go ahead and move to your place of safety, as this is a rotating thunderstorm and the velocities seem to be increasing on this. Lots of lightning with this cell as well. To the storm relative moment or storm relative velocity. Maybe yeah, now we just issued a tornado warning. So as we're on the air, tornado in Western Major County, 39 minutes. So that's going to take about 8:45 this evening. So if you live in Western Major, especially west of Fairview, move to your place of safety. Well, windows and windows. You want to put yourself between many. You want to put as many walls between you and the approaching tornado as possible. So again, you folks there in Western Major County, tornado particular storm that is moving up in your area. Small interior rooms such as a bathroom, hallway, or closet, of course, a basement, cellar, or that's not available, then a small interior room on the lowest floor, away from outside walls and windows. If you have pillows and blankets, football helmet, actually, but you want to definitely protect your head, as most fatalities and tornadoes are to the head. So again, 20 warning in effect now, Western Major 45 this evening. Stay with us, and we're right here at the National Storm Channel.
His biography is a trilogy.
Okay, folks, let's get all this together now. And they're in Major County, just to the west of Fairview. You got a hook on it now. You can see very clearly here. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on with you can see that the rotation now is approaching the vicinity of Dane and Cedar Spear along US 60 to the east of Beto and Ryan from the right here. Past just west of Dane, just Cedar Springs, and north and west of Fairview. But it's heading toward Clear Springs, but in Clear Springs, north in county, and it's very Orienta, so you know there's along the interstate or highway, US Highway 12. You see that this is definitely a storm, and it's producing there in New Jersey. So if you live in that area, you need to be low floor, walls, windows, small interior, right or closet, the best. There's the velocity level. You can see right now crossing US Highway 60. One is the fact that Western Major County, you see all white angels. And if you look at the elevation, let's see if it is on the ground. Get a look at that real quick. It'll take you a second for this to play, but lots of national storm. We've been watching this storm at the degree signature at this point, but it's increasing. And but we're not degree signature at this point, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to at any moment be on the ground. And looking at the storm relative velocities, you can see very clearly the green here where wind is blowing towards the radar, and then red where it is blowing away from the radar. Right there, they're just crossing US 60 west of Fairview in and around the Dane and Cedar Springs area. So if you live in those areas, obviously move. And it looks like, wow, I'd be very surprised if this is not trying to produce a tornado right now, crossing Highway 60, US 60, right there, almost like a donut hole on the radar. So this is about, let's see, I'm going to measure this here. I'm going to take that off, and we're going to measure the distance here from Dane. So from Dane, well, give me just a second here, and we'll measure the center of the rotation here from Dane to it looks like they've expanded the tornado warning just a little bit to include let's see, I'm having some difficulty with my system here, bear with me. Okay, the center of the rotation is about 4 miles west of Dane, or about 4.5 to 5 miles west northwest, or almost due west of Cedar Springs. Or we're looking at yeah, that looks like a donut hole, definitely trying to form on radar. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient and see if we can get a debris set. Yeah, we're getting lowering values rapidly now in this area right here. You see where these values are starting to approach a zero right in there. So I would not be surprised if this is not on the ground there in Western Major County, moving to the northeast. So folks north of Dane, north of Cedar Springs, west of Fairview, in this rural area, you need to be in your place of safety right now. Tornado warning continues until 8:45 p.m. for western and central parts of Major County. So you look up in the northern part of Major County, along in Orienta, between John Bell and Orienta, the possible area. I'll do the back on this real quick. Measure the rotation, the northeast, and expand this out here, 31 miles an hour. It doesn't appear to be going to any communities at this point. It is a very rural area out there, but when you look at this, to just west of Orienta, where 412 and US Highway. So that's what's going on around at the national chain, or if it, we will be sure to advise.